Hello guys and welcome to Proudbeards. This is Reaper of Souls guide for Wizard Frozen Orb build. As you know, they have recently nerfed slash fixed the Frozen Orb. It has been quite overpowered, so overpowered that everyone was using it. There was no alternative pretty much. Now, a lot of people use Disintegrate because they either have the items that fit better with that or they prefer it. But I really love Frozen Orb, so I adjust my build and my gear to still make it viable. As you can see, I use Electrocuted Fork Lightning. You could also use Surge of Power if you're starving with Arcane Power, or Chain Lightning if you're low on crit. Magic Weapon, Force Weapon, that's pretty much the only choice for Magic Weapon, obviously. Energy Armor, I use Energy Tap for more arcane power. You could also use Pinpoint Barrier if you're low on crit chance. Familiar Spark Flint, I don't think any other rune for Familiar is better. And the fourth one is personal preference. I use Black Hole Spell Steal. You can also use Absolute Zero, considering it's cold damage. But I kinda got used to the Spell Steal, so... And then obviously I use Archon for bosses, just to speed it up. And then we have passives. I use Blur, because on Torment 2 I don't really have the best gear, so I'm kinda trying to go smoothly through it. Prodigy is a must if you use Frozen Orb, in my opinion, because it costs a lot of arcane power, and when you use Electrocute and on a big group of mobs, does a lot of damage obviously, and it restores some arcane power back, so you wouldn't be running around, I don't know, 10 seconds with a no arcane power for Orb, obviously. Cold-Blooded, 10% more damage from all sources if they're chilled, which they'll always be when you shoot Frozen Orb at them. Then Unwavering Will is again personal preference. I use it because I stand still a lot when when you pop a black hole on the group of enemies and you stand still for longer than 2 seconds, you get increased damage from that as well, plus increased damage from black hole and the rune of black hole, obviously. So it kind of fits really well in my playstyle. You could also use Glass Cannon, plain increase of damage, or you could use Arcane Dynamo, which is also nice. You can pump out so big crates of Frozen Orbs that the mobs are just gonna collapse. I used this one for quite long. Now I switched it around a bit to try, but this is pretty much it when it comes to passives. Gear, you could get a lot more cold damage increase than I have. I have Stone of Jordan with cold skills, 16% more damage, which fits perfectly together with increases damage against elites by 26%. And I have 15% cold damage on bracers. Now obviously you could also get items, I think on boots you could get increased Frozen Orb damage and somewhere else as well, but I kinda either didn't get good enough of those items, they weren't good enough, or I just, I don't know, switched around some stuff and I don't remember where did I have the extra thing, but I only have it on 2 items, obviously. That's like 31% extra cold damage, so it's still quite a lot. As you can see, buffed I have 1.1 million on paper and 11.6 million toughness. Let's see more details. I have 50.5% crit chance, 433% crit damage. Bonus damage to elites 36%, damage, nothing special from here. So yeah, pretty much like this, and then I can show you guys in action how this looks. Let's go Festering Woods, for example. I'm just gonna find like a group of enemies and gonna show you the damage burst of Frozen Orb. Okay, I see a lot of skeletons here. See, I think I saw they're like, they just see those numbers. It's just combination of cold skills increase and the passives and everything. You can pretty much demolish everything like this. So yeah, too bad I don't really know if there's any elite here that I could show you, but it's pretty much the same. Pop black hole over them and then pump out a few frozen orbs and they're already almost dead. So, and this is Torment 2, which isn't obviously too hard, but you know, for my poor gear that's not even closely min-maxed, it works perfectly. So this is my personal preference for a Frozen Orb build. I'm pretty sure some people will disagree, but I hope you like this guide, and if you're gonna try this, feel free to put in comment section if it helped you or if it didn't, and see you guys next time.